All right, everyone, we are live, and I am back from the East Coast, North, South, East, West Coast. There we go, right? North, South, East, West Coast trip. It was quite the event. We were gone. We went to, it was myself and Francine during first started out, went to Victoria, British Columbia to go see Brad Morgan and Corey Robb. Hung out with them for a couple days. Then we went down to LA, hung out with Jason Lowy from My Macros Plus and his wife, and met Patricia Nixon, one of our moderators. Had a great time in LA. Then we went up to Sacramento, saw Alex Dedman, wishing him well in his recovery. And then we went to, and Kimberly Wynn met us there. And then we all went up to Spokane, Washington to hang out with Brad Dieter and got some work done on the Flexible Fitness and Nutrition Summit coming August 24th and 25th in Chicago. So come on out to that conference. The link is in the comments right here, flexiblefitsummit.com. August 24th, 25th in Chicago. You got Alan Aragon, Eric Trexler, Brad Dieter, Susie Gary. Who else is speaking there? A lot of people. Those are just a few. Pardon me. So you can go to that website, check out everything right there. So during our conference or during our trip, I had a little bit of an interesting thing happen. So I have this cough. It got real bad. My allergies, apparently, we're not used to being on the West Coast, and it went out of control to the point where I was walking upstairs and having to take a break. Couldn't breathe, real tight in my chest. I've been a paramedic for a really long time. We had Kimberly Wynn with us, who was an ER nurse been a nurse for, I don't know, probably as long as I've been a paramedic. And she looked at me and she goes, "You are not doing real good. You need to see a doctor." Well, I refused because I'm a stubborn ass. And we ended up I used a virtual doctor on my phone. And I got my albuterol inhaler. I'm on prednisone, which is why I'm all puffy right now. And that is it. So I can breathe though, which is nice. But every once in a while I start wheezing and coughing. So bear with me. Pardon me. So guys, if you have questions, ask them. We are here. So one of the things I want to talk about while we are waiting is how to deal with life's challenges, right? Shit happens. Life gets hard. Things get planned up and you get tied up and goes a different way. Got to roll with the punches, right? Got to do what's best for you, best for everybody else. The key is to have a plan, to be able to adapt, and that's why we're flexible dieting. We were at an airport. We had one of our flights. It was GMOs. It was Yvette. "Hey, you're supposed to PM me, Yvette, about free VIP tickets to the conference. I shot you a PM a long time ago. It was in your junk mail, I'm sure. So message me." We flexible diet. We had a flight that got delayed. We had two flights that got delayed, and it kind of messed up our schedule a little bit. It's about eating on the fly. So we went to a restaurant. Kimberly Wynn is actually really, really good at this. Whatever she gets, give me plain lettuce, salad with chicken, dressing on the side. And then she eats it with her hands, which is fantastic. But she really adapts to eating on the fly well. I eat a lot of calories, so I can adapt pretty easily. Francine does a really good job, too. She eats a little bit more calories, too. So today starts my cut. So I am dieting down. I went from 5,400 calories a day is what I was just finished on. And now I'm at 2,600 calories a day dieting. So we'll see how crabby I am. So guys, if you have questions, shoot me messages, shoot me questions. We are here. Nobody's asked any nurse Kimberly to the rescue. I saved your life, basically. Yeah, you pretty much did. I was not doing good for a while. Questions, guys, ask them. Hey, Mary Gail Crow. How are you, Mary Gail? So let's see. We have Tamerlane. Holla. Hi, Tamerlane. Kimberlyn. Hello. Corey Robb waved. Hi, Corey Robb. Mina, do you reply to instant messenger only on the group page? I do sometimes. My instant messenger today alone, I have, what does it say? 78 messages. And that is it's 8 o'clock here in Chicago, and that is from 4 hours. So my messenger gets backed up quite a bit. I try to prioritize, but if it gets buried, if I'm not on it right then, it gets plummeted. So every once in a while, it's hard to tell. Jay, is that you? Yeah, I know, I'm puffy. Leave me alone. Prednisone does that. See, Trisha Shimmons. Hey, Trisha. Guys, questions, ask them. So when we were on this tour, one of the things that we found out is that Tim Arndt from Spokane Club in Washington is this amazing like bar shuffleboard player, and Brad Dieter is absolutely horrible at pool. Those are some fun things we found out. So if you want, might be some video of that coming out. Maybe not Brad playing pool, but it will be there. Lots of questions. Patricia Nixon says, lots of questions in the group around fatigue, feeling worn out while dieting. Good. So fatigue, feeling worn out. We all feel worn out sometimes, right? But just speaking general terms, if you've been dieting for a long time and you're tired, stop. Take a break. Take a couple-week break. A lot of times I think what happens is people just diet too hard, and they've been dieting for too long, and they're not at their goal, but that's because they're dieting really half-assed, right? You're dieting some of the time. If you diet all the time, you'll be done with your diet in 2 or 3 months, depending on how much weight you have to lose. If I'm trying to lose 20 pounds, I could be done dieting in 3, maybe 4 months. If you've been dieting for 2 years and you're only trying to lose 50 pounds, you're dieting wrong. You need to stop and get your shit together. And you're going to be tired. It's stressful. I'm doing good 4 days a week and then bad 2 days a week and then good 4 and then bad 2. It's a pattern that we repeat, and it just sucks. And yes, I said 4 and 2 days a week. I was not saying 7 days, and there were 6 days a week. I was using a pattern. I think that really the key to feeling worn out is, once you feel worn out, you need to stop and reevaluate where your goals are. Maybe it's a 2-week break. Maybe it's a 3-month break. One of the other problems that you see with people dieting too long is people who don't have enough muscle mass. So you can get people who diet really, really lean, and they just don't have any muscle mass underneath there to support their physique, so they actually still look like they have a lot of weight to lose. Then you can put them in maintenance, and they will gain muscle mass, and they actually look better when they're about 5 to 10 pounds heavier, because they have muscle after months. They have muscle there that is kind of supporting that fat, and makes it look a little better. And I actually don't know how right this is. It's how it was explained to me. It might be one of those bro science things, but it does make sense to me from a fat standpoint. If I have layer of fat on my leg, boom, right here, and then there's no muscle in there. Then you add muscle, the fat spreads out a little bit, and it looks more full. So I'm not really sure how accurate that is. It makes sense to me. From like medicine, it makes sense to me. So, but yeah. Hi, Kimberly Steele. Yvette, how do you break down keto to someone who doesn't believe it's the calories? You just shake your head and walk away. How did you do it? I think that's the big question. What I would do is if I take away 1/3 of everything you can't eat, you're going to lose weight, dumbass. That's kind of what it comes down to, right? But just good as I do, Yvette, that if they don't want to listen, they're not going to. You can't fight facts. You can't fight somebody's bias with facts. You have to hit them emotionally. Let them think it. Let them realize it on their own. Hi, Carmel. Hi, Beck Gormley. Beck, you're up? Oh, it's morning for you. Okay. Aaron Hahn. I'm nursing an injury, therefore not exercising. Not much of an appetite. Should I keep tracking, and how much less should I be eating since no activity? So it depends on the injury. You actually might want to eat in a surplus, so you actually have some calories to help your body heal. You might heal a little bit faster. You might put on some body fat, but where are your goals and what do you want to do? Are you performance based? Yeah, let's put on some weight. It was Helen Perez had an injury. She had surgery maybe 2 years ago, and I started working with her. And she, if anybody's never seen Helen Perez, she's just a jacked CrossFitter. And look her up in the group. And we put her into a surplus, and she gained some body fat over, I think it was 12 weeks. And it came off in like 4 weeks. She's a great dieter, so it just came right back off, and she actually came back stronger. So I would go into a slight surplus. If you don't have much of an appetite, definitely hit protein. Make sure you're hitting your daily protein and probably eat more than what you are, maybe 20% more, depends on your current macros. But yeah, I'd go into a very slight surplus. Melissa, carbs. Are there specific foods that I should be eating to meet my carb number, or it doesn't matter where my carbs come from? I stick to white rice and potatoes, but wasn't sure if it matters what food I eat to hit my number. Good question. Yvette just said, I'm writing an article on keto and bracing for the hate mail. Ask Alan about the hate mail, man. You will get all the hate mail in the world. Um, there's no specific carbs. Now, we do want enough fiber. Typically, you want to get 14 grams of fiber for every 1,000 calories that you're eating. Rough ballpark. I can eat 70 grams of fiber and not have any GI issues. Some people cannot go over 40 and they have extreme GI issues. But you do want to be in at approximately 14. It would be where I try to start with 14 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories you're eating. Outside of that, we want to stick to minimally processed foods, things like that. Have your white rice, have your white potatoes. They're fine. But it doesn't really matter, especially if you're looking for just weight loss. It doesn't matter. For weight loss, it makes no difference. Overall health, minimally processed foods. Performance, I'd probably want like shitty carbs. I want, shitty carbs. I want, gels and gummy bears and stuff, fast-acting carbs, so when I'm running and race, and they're not very bulky, so I don't have to carry around that weight. It kind of depends. But for weight loss, carbs are carbs. Make sure you have a balanced diet, get your vitamins, minerals, and then you're good. I kind of gauge the 20-80 rule, 80% of your diet, healthy, minimally processed things, 20% junk food or food you love. What I typically do is I gauge my fiber. As long as without supplementing, I hit my fiber goal, that's pretty much all I care with. So I go for, let's see, when I was on 5,400 calories divided by 14, now there's no way I'm going to hit 385 grams of carbs, right? Of fiber, right? Is that what I said? 14. Oh, 14 for every. I'm sorry. I did my math wrong. Holy cow. 5.4 times 14. That'd be 75. And that's about what I eat. So I was eating normal, healthy foods. And my diet was about maybe 70% minimally processed, unless I'm eating out or traveling. Then it goes down to probably 50. Hope that answered that. I didn't ramble too much. Timberland, that's what I'm struggling with right now. Down to 108, looking gaunt in my face, low energy, but midsection isn't where I would like. But I just can't make strength gains on 1,200 calories, right? That sucks. Pardon me. What I would do is, depending on how long I'm dieting, Timberland, we just need to put on muscle. So maybe you need to go into a surplus, and you're not going to get, if depending on how lean you want to get and where you're starting from, this might take multiple dieting cycles, right? The elite level bodybuilders, the pros of the world, didn't get stage lean like that after one time of dieting. It took them years of lowering their body fat gradually, because they start here and then they diet down to here, and then their set point comes up to here, and then they diet down to here, and then their set point's up to here. So they're starting all the way down over time. So maybe it is time to take a break. You're not going to get there in one time. Don't think that you're going to be just jacked and lean in one dieting cycle. It just doesn't happen like that. My back is out now, Aaron. My back is out for an injury. It's such a big. Did you herniate a disc? Have you had surgery? Did you pull a muscle? Is something that's going to keep you out of the gym for a week because you just have trouble moving, or did you have a spinal fusion and it's going to keep you out of the gym for 6 months? It's just a big difference on where I would go. If it's like a 1 week, I strained my back, I'm probably not going to adjust my macros. I'm just going to keep them the same. I get a little bit of surplus. If you're not hungry, you're not going to worry about it anyways. Just make sure you hit your protein. Jennifer, interested in coaching, but want more info aside from the link about what exactly you get with a coach, accountability with good exercise and whatnot. So with coaching with us, we have a client portal. You check in weekly with your coach. We upload, it syncs to MyFitnessPal or My Macros Plus. You should be using My Macros Plus. And then all your data will be uploaded, your food journal, your weight, your measurements, your photos. Your coach will take a look at that and then give you feedback, say, hey, we need to make adjustments. Hey, you're doing good. But it's more than that. We have a private client group. We're really your support community. So many people just don't have the support they need at home. Somebody just talk to. Yeah, hey, I PR'd today. I have a client who literally just has me to tell me when they PR. I'm positive that's why he has me. For no other reason. Programming, powerlifters, if you need programming, I'll program for anybody, but the more specific of an athlete you are, or sport you have, or activity you enjoy, you might need higher level programming, which is where we would come into play for that. But nutrition, it's really just accountability. I've had people who say, hey, can you message me every morning to send me your food logs for the day? Yeah, cool. And then we build up that habit. I have people who say, can you message me every day and make sure I weigh in? Cool. Message you every day to weigh in. So it really just varies on what you need. Some people just need, they're fine self-management. They just need somebody to talk to every week to say, hey, look at my numbers. Would you make a change? No? Okay, cool. Hi, Oscar. Kimberly Steele. What foods do you eat that are high in fiber? I average 14 to 18 grams. I'm gluten-free, so I don't eat breads. Oatmeal is probably my biggest one. I eat a lot of oatmeal. Oatmeal, bread. I do eat a lot of high-fiber bread. Just a lot of fruits and vegetables. That's kind of where most of my stuff comes from. Today, let's see. Let's look at the old My Macros Plus. And I have, I don't have my fiber tracking turned on here, so I'm not going to turn it on right now. But I eat, fruits and vegetables, things like that. I think today I was looking at earlier, I'm at around 30 already. Today I still have half my calories to eat. So I would just, fruits and vegetables. Trisha Shimmings, can I borrow your macros this weekend? I'm going to an island surrounded by fudge. What is this? There's a fudge island? Why are we not having our conference there? Got it. Thanks. Yep. No problem, Aaron. Mindy Searfrost. My question is, where y'all been my life? Kidding. But seriously, in all the hullabaloo, all the hullabaloo, okay, that I put my body through makes me so sad, and my friends won't listen to me about flexible dieting and weight training. Yeah, people don't listen unless they want to learn, right? You're insulting their beliefs, like keto works, keto's awesome, keto's the shit. And then you tell them, no, it's stupid, it's just calories. And then they say, well, you're a moron. And you say, well, here's data to support my evidence that, the International Society of Sports Nutrition says it's just calories. And they say, well, they're wrong because it worked for my buddy Joe. And my buddy Joe is smarter than your scientists. And then you fight, and then you hate each other. So what I would do is just say, yeah, it does work. You are correct. Here is why it works. Maybe that's the better approach. That's kind of the one I've had the better approach with, explaining why. Not saying it doesn't work. Here's why it works. And then you can kind of do I like to, when I do criticisms or things like that, compliment, criticism, compliment. So I would say, yeah, congratulations, man. It does work. You have lost a lot of weight. You've lost a lot of weight because you eliminated a third of all foods you can eat, not because of some magic with fat, but you have really done a great job, and it's impressive. And people really take that, I think, a little bit better too. Friends won't listen to me about weight training. I don't talk to any of my friends about weight training or dieting. The ones who ask me are in this group, and they can listen to me talk, or they can ask me. But general people, like in the gym, I just keep my mouth shut, smile, look as pretty as possible when I'm all fluffy and or chunky, as I was called this weekend, and go from there. Queer Rob, Kimberly Steele Popcorn. Janice, hello. Patricia. Oh, there we go. Popcorn. Popcorn's real good for high fiber foods. Queer Rob said. Patricia Nixon, raspberries, add berries in general. Yep, I do that as well. Steve Schaefer, hey buddy. Black beans, Dawn Wagner says. Derek Hamilton said, I think whiskey is what he says. Shots of whiskey. Pizza, Oscar said for high fiber. No, probably not. Sav, is it Sav? I hope Sav or Sav. I'm gonna go Sav. Says, how should I be calculating my protein? I'm almost 47, 130 pounds, currently on 134 grams of protein. I know that the older you get, the more protein we should consume. So I don't do macro checks in these. I would like you to make a separate post in the group with your stats, and somebody will get to you. But I will answer your question. The older you get, the more protein we should consume. So that is true. You do need more protein the older you are. Typically, there's ranges. I'm going ballpark here. For a leaner athletic population, for a leaner person, we say go 1 gram per pound of body weight. Now, for an older person, and I would go 50 and over, we're going to go at 1.2 to even higher. And then that's assuming that like if you're a 55-year-old male on TRT, I might put you at 1.25 to 1.5 grams per protein. It really just depends. It depends on personal preference. Some people like me, I love protein. You're not going to hear me say, "Oh crap, I didn't hit my protein number today." Like, give me more. I'm not going to be mad. So I would say it depends. But yeah, the older population does need more protein. You're correct. Kimberly. Ooh, please don't hit me. Ooh, or stab me or something. Kimberly Wynn, beans, lentils, berries, high fiber cereal are all great fiber options. Cauliflower, high fiber oat bran. High fiber oat bran. Ugh. All right. So people are thanking. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. Oh, Kimberly, no brand. It has gluten. Kimberly Wynn, what was your favorite part about your West Coast trip? Losing shuffleboard. Oh, losing shuffleboard. I already talked about that. Losing shuffleboard was not my favorite. And you did not. I did not lose to you. I lost to Tim. So, boom. My favorite part about the trip. Oh, God. It was a great. Actually, my favorite part was all the business stuff that I did. I'm a nerd. My absolute favorite part about the trip actually was seeing Alex Dedman. Alex and I have been friends for 4 years. We're talking about online. When he got diagnosed with cancer, I remember reading the post before he announced it publicly, and I was like, that can't be about him. And Alex's whole story has kind of hit me really hard. So me and Alex is kind of like one of my goals in this trip. He's actually like why I positioned where we were. So that was probably my favorite part because Alex is an amazing human. He's just such a nice guy and a good friend. Me and Brad Morgan was great. Me and Brad are Brad is me I am Brad. Brad is me in 20 years, and I am Brad 20 years ago. I think that's what everybody kept saying. Brad's daughter is absolutely great. Chrissy, his wife, is absolutely fantastic. Jason and his wife from My Macros Plus are everybody, and the Deers are absolutely just fantastic. Tim Mart's all right. I don't know if he watches it, but I hope he does. So no, the whole trip, I got to meet Kimmery, hang out with Kimmery and Francine for a long time. Patricia Nixon was there. Met a lot of clients. It was a fantastic trip. And Kimmery said, I was his teammate, so you did lose to me. No. Brad Dieter lost to you. I lost to Tim. Mina, any tips on bloating, eating very healthy? Tried everything, including adding fiber. Well, that's probably why you're bloating. You're eating a lot of fiber. It's what happens. So when you always hear people, oh, I can't have carbs, I blow up. Well, that's because you ate a damn loaf of bread, high fiber bread, and not as big. You ate tons of broccoli, and then you had like 4 sandwiches or something. So I would actually probably try cutting down on the fiber. Maybe you have celiac. Who knows? You'd have to see like a registered dietitian for that. But I would just make sure that you're not eating tons of fiber. Maybe you need to tone it down. Kimberly Steele, will we be seeing any exciting new things from you guys after this trip since it was business stuff? Yes, there will be lots of things coming. Some new stuff with My Macros Plus, some stuff with their other app, My Workout Plus, some stuff with me and Brad Dieter, not fitness related, and then some stuff for Macros Inc. in general. There will be some pretty cool changes coming to the group, how we handle things. Different stuff. Kimberly Wynn was hired as our social media director, so that's her new job. That's why she is going to be everywhere. So that was part of the trip, was interviewing her and hiring her. So she is completely ingrained in our culture now and in charge of basically everything that has to do with social media, me doing this stuff, and everything. She's doing a great job so far. So we're happy she's aboard. Joy says, how was Arnold? Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger was working out at Gold's Gym when we were there, which was pretty cool. Francine Durnford went up and shook his hand. And he's, I'll take a picture with you when I'm done working out. And they left before we get pictures. So he was there. That was kind of neat. And a lot of broccoli. She does, yeah, there you go, a lot of broccoli. Yeah, it could be FODMAPs. You might want to look that up too. It's a elimination diet. I don't do it with people. So I would look that up. Different diets, different types of fiber might have different effects on you. Any other questions, guys? Questions. Preguntas. Fragen. Right? Okay. Let's see, what else can we talk about? There are pictures of me on there sleeping. There's a video somewhere of me snoring very loudly. I met children. If anybody did not see any of those pictures, there were pictures of me with children. That was quite a feat. I was around lots of children this week. There's a picture of me and Patricia Nixon's daughter, who swears quite a bit. So, here we go. Aaron Hahn. I have a question from my friend Abby, who isn't on this page yet. Well, I think the first problem is you need to add Abby to the damn page. So, Abby, who isn't on the page yet, she's a distance runner, sometimes 40 to 60 miles a week. She She's running a marathon tomorrow. Her question: can you ask him how long distance running changes things? Like, do I need to eat more than what they say? So that's kind of you probably. I mean, I don't know what they're saying or who they are, or what it changes. But yeah, you are burning a lot of calories when you're running distance. So you do need a lot of food. And if you're running a marathon, training, you do need a lot of food. Depending on your size, you might be eating 18 times your body weight in calories just to maintain. We don't want you we don't want you jogging with a bunch of fat. But I don't want you getting super lean, because then you don't have energy to burn, because when you're running a marathon, your body's fuel source is fat. That's the primary source when you're running a full marathon. So you're going to alternate between carbs and fat, which is why people still carb load. But, we want you to have body fat to burn. But you don't want to carry it around, to find balance. So you do need a lot of food, though, to maintain your weight. Think of my favorite example are hockey players or soccer players. At the beginning of the season, they look like me, nice and fluffy. And then by the end of the season, they just look horribly. Like, you're a professional athlete, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. Because they can't eat enough food. That's why Michael Phelps eats so much food when he swims. So you will need a lot. You can kind of, as we're coaching, we absolutely do work with distance runners. Brad Morgan, that's kind of his thing, is endurance athletes, programming for him, because endurance athletes have really, really high needs. Hannah Clausen said, cabbage, broccoli, cabbage, beans, chickpeas, really common culprits for FODMAPs. Isabel, thumbs up. Debbie, just signed up for coaching. How into my first call? Debbie, I don't remember you coming through the system. If you paid already, your coach will contact you within 24 hours. I should have already done it. If you haven't paid, it's just because I haven't gotten to today. And I will get to all those. Once this is over, I'm going to do all of my 44, what do I have? 230 emails still left today. So I'll get to all those, and then I will get to you somewhere in the mix today. Isabella. Hey, Isabella. V. Gates. Dustin Barber. Why do we always hear people lose a bunch of their gains after an enhanced bulk? If proper macros, protein intake, then wouldn't the loss be minimal or nil? Good question, Dustin. Asking for a friend. I love it. So actually, this is kind of an interesting one, and one that I have looked into. So he's talking about if you're enhanced, if you're on steroids, if you're an enhanced athlete and you bulk. So let's say you're on drugs and you gain 30 pounds over 12 weeks, 16 weeks. What was 16? 30 pounds over 16 weeks. Now, some of it's going to be fat. It'll be a smaller amount of fat than a natural person, obviously, because you're enhanced. You'll gain a good amount of muscle and water. So once we stop the bulk, once you stop the bulk, you're automatically going to lose some mass. It's just what's going to happen. You're going to lose some water weight, things like that. You're going to start to lose body fat if you're not eating that much. Now, when you cut the drugs down, you don't have the testosterone to support that mass, because depending on, even with proper post-cycle, your test level's up here, you go off, shit, you're down here. And even if you're back to natural, you don't have enough. So if you watch the big guys, they blast and cruise. So they never go off. They're on testosterone replacement. So when they go off that high cycle, they stay, and they're off their high cycle, but they're still back to just about or just slightly above where you would be naturally. Pardon me. And they never hit that really, really low point. And a lot of these guys, they will actually cruise on other drugs as well. So they're not really cruising. They're just on a low dose cycle. That's probably the bigger reason that you see people, the pros, in my opinion, that's what separates the pro bodybuilders from the amateur guys. The pros aren't going off. They're on for life. And that's why they're giants. And then you get guys who will lose, you typically hear, you're going to lose 50% of your mass when you're off. And you're off. And it also depends how long is your F cycle. Are you doing 16 weeks on, 16 weeks off, like a proper cycle should be? Yeah, you're probably going to lose half your mass. But if you go 16 weeks on and then you cruise at testosterone replacement levels for 6 weeks and then blast again, you're probably going to maintain your mass. So it just kind of depends on your goals, your preferences, what risks you're willing to take with your health. Aaron, thank you. She requested to be added, and I recorded your pardon me, and I recorded your answer. So helpful. You're welcome. Anybody else? Let's get some Pepsi in here. Anybody else? Questions? Preguntas. Let's go. Funny. And you actually asked that, Dustin, you asked that, and this is the book that was reading right now. So we are, just got it in the mail. Because these questions come up quite often. So I'm just trying to make sure that I know. I have like 40 of them. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 5 books right now on gear, just to make sure that I'm up to date for everybody asking all the questions. Any other questions? Questions. If nobody has questions, I'm going to get going because I got emails to return and weights to lift. All right. Oh, when will you be cutting? Kimberly Steele, when will you be cutting? Today. I started my diet today. I am fluffy. I'm on prednisone. If nobody else saw that, I had a horrible cough. I had my inhaler. Got really, really sick on a trip. Lots of breathing problems. So but my cutting starts today. I'll be dying down until the week of the conference. We are actually going to do a video log of it and post it at the end, do day-by-day transformations. Kimberly Wynn is actually doing that one. So that'd be a good book for a beginner. Yeah, I do think, it's a beginner book. It's just a short answer book that I can refer to people. I have the Anabolics 2016 sitting over there, and 15 and 10, I think. So, Dustin, my friends on TRT, yeah. As long as you're on TRT, you're probably going to lose some, because if you're at 500 milligrams a test a week and then you drop down to 120, yeah, that's a shit ton of difference. But it's going to be better going at 500 and then going down to 0 for 3 weeks where you're at castration levels, and then come back up and you're still playing with your estrogen. Cruising just makes difference. You're welcome, Hannah. See you, Patricia. Oh boy, hope you feel better soon. Airway things, yeah, it was horrible. I was laying there, and then I've noticed whenever I have an airway issue, I always, you never realize how important breathing is till you can't breathe. And I always remember when I was a fireman, like if I got if I ran out of air, or if I was I had my mask off or something, or I inhaled a bunch of smoke or whatever, I was like, oh my God, it's never gonna go away. What if I feel like this forever? What if it doesn't? I'm laying in bed every night. Oh my God, what if I can't? I need to appreciate breathing every time. It's breathing such a thing people take for granted until you actually have to use an inhaler. And this is the second time I've had to use one, to breathe like this. And it's you get a new appreciation for clean air and healthy lungs. Leanne, when bulking, is excessive belly fat gain a sign you are gaining too fast? Everybody stores fat differently. So, it might be. I gain almost as soon as I start bulking, love handles and belly, and that's the only place I gain. My ass gets a little bit bigger too, but it's perfect to begin with, so I'm not going to complain. I hate you, Dylan. Excessive belly fat, it might be, if you're storing most of your body fat in your belly, it's not going to make a difference. I would go by the scale. So if you're gaining more than 1% of your body, more than 1 to 1.5% of your body weight per month, you're gaining too fast. We want to bulk slow because we gain fat, and then when I diet it down, I don't want to diet, right? Dieting, I'm going to lose some muscle, so I want to diet the least amount of time, and that means gaining in the slowest manner possible. Now, it does change if you're enhanced, because I can crash diet and lose minimal amounts of muscle because I'm on a bunch of drugs. But for the average person, you need to gain slow and diet slow-ish. There's fine lines in there. Hannah, are you going to do Q&A at the conference for those who can't make it? Well, you're going to be there, so you can do the Q&A. Yeah, I am. I have a bunch of stuff planned for everybody at home who's not going to be able to make it. We will not be broadcasting or recording the conference. It will not be broadcast later. It's been determined. A couple speakers don't want there's stuff they don't want out on the internet like that, which I get because it's proprietary information. It's their babies. But we will be doing segments, filming stuff like that. I'm going to try and do a Q&A on a couple days in a row, maybe just pre-record stuff and release them at later days with some of the speakers, things like that. We do have a podcast coming out soon, along with a video. It's actually going to be a video chat and then we're going to take the audio and put it into a podcast. So that will be coming out for you guys as soon as Kimberly gets the format written for me, because that's her job now, and I don't want to. So. Hannah, yep, perfect. Isabel, is nutrient timing really a thing? Ish. It depends. It depends on goals. If I'm an endurance athlete, hell yeah, I need to time my carbs, right? Marathon runners, people doing 2 a days, I need to time my carbs. It matters. Dieting and weightlifting, yeah, I need to time my carbs. It matters because I need that energy when I go. I need for my explosive movements, right? Bulking, no, who cares? Now, all of that being said, you should probably, if, and this is that much of the equation. Here's the whole equation. That much. Once you have everything together, maybe we work on protein timing, right? If I can take 0.3 to 0.4 grams per kilogram body weight of protein every 4-ish hours, perfect. If not, no big deal. Your muscles won't fall off, but it might make that 1% little difference for you, especially if you're like somebody who has a lot of mass, somebody who's enhanced, somebody who's dieting, something like that. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Dylan Miller, how do you maintain such a sexy, silky, smooth voice? Maybe I added sexy in there. Maintain such a silky, smooth voice. Albuterol for men. Patricia Nixon laughed at that. Thank you very much. Tricia Shimmings. So I'm in your boat and on an inhaler for asthma-induced allergies. Is that going to be a problem for the meat testing? Also, should I be packing a good mix of candy and lower digesting carbs before, during the day, meat, or just I'm going to double check. I believe because you have a prescription for it, you'll be fine. I'll double check, Trisha. If we cut it out a day or so before, you'll be okay. It's prescribed. You're not using it for performance. And what they're looking for is actually clenbuterol, which would be a weight loss. What people use for weight loss. You can use albuterol too, but you have to drink like 40 of these things. But I don't think it is because you're prescribed. Because I believe TRT is okay if it's prescribed. Should I be packing a good mix of candy bar and slower digesting carbs before, during your meet, or just more candy for that day? So Trisha is one of my clients. We're coaching her for her first powerlifting meet. We are actually coming in at a pretty good weight. Once you make weight, just eat. Like, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be dieting going into the meet. We're just going to be kind of maintaining. So you'll be full. I would maybe bring some candy just to eat. But I think that Francine Jennifer was eating she had a Tim Hortons sandwich right before she lifted. I would bring some food though. Bring some candy. Bring whatever you want. Especially since we're not dieting, since we're not trying to drop you into weight class. We're just cruising into your weight class. I think it's a lot better of an approach just to eat, have a good meal. Whatever you eat normally, don't switch it up. So, if you lift on an empty stomach, we're not going to go into a powerlifting meet and be like, I have a foot-long sub. If you typically eat like gummy bears intra-workout, we're going to eat gummy bears intra-powerlifting meet. We're not going to change it up too much. So pretty much stay with that routine. If you want to test something, start testing it now so we can avoid any GI issues or unknowns that come up. Patricia, thanks for posting that link to the summit. Top secret conference, everyone has to come. Tamerlan, I love listening to podcasts while I run. Awesome. Good. I actually don't like podcasts, which is why I've been hesitant to do one. I prefer video, which is why I do video. I'm just devilishly handsome and happen to work good for video. So we will be bringing that out. I was talking with Brad Dieter on tips on how to do that because he's been on like 40 podcasts. So he gave me some good tips, and we will get that out to you guys. Dustin Barber, Dylan, you should hear it through a set of Bose headphones. Oh my God, I hate you guys. I think it's the beard. Maybe the beard gives me the power of the voice, right? All right. I think that's it. We've been going 40 minutes. Any questions? Write them. You guys got 2 minutes while I rant about nothing. I got nothing to rant about, really. Let's see. When we were at Brad's, Brad Morgan, by the way, had pizza with pineapple on it. Oh, Brad Morgan, the I hate everything guy, had pizza with pineapple on it. And he ate it cold the next day as well. Oh, man, what are we going to do? I had more Diet Pepsi than any human being alive on this trip. I had fish and chips 4 times. I had a giant ass steak. Thanks by Macros Plus for that one. And then I went, let's see, I didn't do anything fun. Nope, saw a little kid skateboard. That was pretty cool. That's about it. So guys, nobody has any other questions. If you do, send even a partial question. Type it right now before I hit end. Right now, type it. Just hit enter and finish it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are out of here, guys. I am done. I'm gone. Goodbye. Have a great night. macrosinc.net/services. Sign up for coaching. FlexibleFitSummit.com to get your tickets for that conference. It will sell out. Get them now. It's going to sell out. It is. It's selling out right now as you speak. As you speak, I can see ticket sales coming in. Go get your damn tickets. All right, guys. Have a good one. That's it. I'm out. Bye. Oh, and if you have any questions that I didn't get to, post them in the group. Tag Brad Morgan. He loves your questions. He loves you guys. Just tag him all day. It's his favorite thing in the world. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later.